Well, it turned out to be hot and humid for us today, like we have seen over the past several days. Finally, we got back into the 90s after actually a fairly comfortable July month. So far, we got back into the 90s on Friday, and then we've stuck there the past 4 days, and we'll stick there over the next several days as we continue to be hot and fairly humid throughout the week. Mainly dry. We have very minimal chances for a few pop-up thunderstorms, and then we do get some changes in here by the weekend. And of course, you can always get my long-range forecast on my month-long blog. That is KOAMnewsnow.com. Look at our temps right now. We're at 89 Nevada, 92 in Anderson, 92 Miami, 89 in Pittsburgh, 90 in Independence. So we've been heating up, and we actually have a weak little front that has actually slid through, and we're still fairly hot. Heat indices, upper 90s to lower triple digits on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side, but it looks good. 7th and range line currently outside. Clear skies, 91, feels like 98. Relative humidity is at about 53%. We're going to drop back through the 90s, 80s, eventually mid 70s a little bit later on tonight. But we do have heat advisories in effect. These really kick in tomorrow as the heat and the humidity kind of crank up a little bit. Southeastern Kansas, southwestern Missouri, and the northeastern parts of Oklahoma. But besides that, there's not much going on here. We have some thunderstorms out to the west, Wichita, Interstate 35 down to Oklahoma City. These are very scattered thunderstorms, kind of sinking off toward the south and to the east. So we may get a few of these in our northeastern Oklahoma counties, also our western counties. But besides that, I think most of us will end up staying on the dry side. You can see these kind of popping up in the heating of the day, but not really moving anywhere. And again, most of us are going to stay dry as we go through the evening hours, but there is a weak little front really from Wichita all the way back through northern parts of Arkansas. So we all have kind of a northeasterly, easterly wind. That front's going to lift back toward the north tomorrow, and that allows even more heat and humidity to really get in. Then we're kind of dominated by this big dome of high pressure all week long, keeping us hot and fairly dry. Let's go through time for us tonight. Mid 70s, overnight lows. Let's go into Tuesday. There may be an isolated thunderstorm or two, kind of like what we've seen over the past couple days, but most of us stay dry, a little bit hotter than what we saw today. 74 to start, 89 by noon, high temp at 94. Tomorrow night, pretty much clear skies, mid 70s again. As we go into Wednesday, hot, humid, high temps, mid-90s once again, plus the humidity is going to go up. So heat indices for us tomorrow about 103 to 105. These stick around as well into Wednesday, about 100 to 105 degrees. And we don't really see any changes. This really continues. So here's Thursday, mid-90s. Here's Friday, mid-90s. Here's Saturday, mid-90s. Finally, we get a front end here by the weekend, at least giving us chances for rain. But I'm going to put alert days for the next 4 days because we do have heat advisories in effect. So you want to drink plenty of fluids if you are going to be outside mid-afternoon into the early evening hours, but pretty steady mid-90s most of the week.
People have to be careful, that's for sure.
Dangerous heat.
Thanks, Doug.